Certificate of Graduation. This certificate is awarded to Charlie Lloyd Allman for successfully completing the Orientation and Training Center coursework for independent living and employment readiness. This further certifies that this individual is committed to the continued practice of these comprehensive vocational skills in order to attain a rewarding career and live a life full and live a full and enriched life. Presented by Washington State Department of Services for the Blind, August 17th, Julie Brannon. It's been a long road, Charlie. I'm so proud of you. Here, this is for you. And it's in Braille, too, on the inside. So put it up. And it's in Braille, and you guys can take it home and put it wherever is appropriate.
All
We have a long ways to go, Charlie. So, the second piece that you have, you're going to be awarded, is something you can put in your office. It's a cup that is a trophy, and it's for your, it's for you to be acknowledged for the work that you've done. And on it says, the SAM, which we always ask people what it is.
Right.
What is it?
I don't know.
The SAM?
I'm just.
That's okay, doll. So it stands for Skills, Attitude, and Motivation.
Okay.
Awarded to Charlie Lloyd Allman, August 2017, the OTC.
Go, Charlie!
So I'm going to talk first, and then you can talk. So Charlie took a long road to get here. And when Julie, he was here for a while, and he and I were connected, and then he took a break, and he did some extra training that really put him on the path that he was able to graduate with today. And I just am very proud of Charlie because it's been really a rough road for him. And I just want to acknowledge Julie because when Julie said Charlie was going to come back to the OTC, all of us were like, is he ready? Is it really the right thing? And Julie had a vision that
It's all right.
Julie had a vision that she was able to give the rest of us. And now Charlie stands here today, so happy and successful, getting a job, getting married to a fabulous woman. I'm just obviously overcome with joy, and I just want to say thank you for contributing to my life, Charlie, and being such an example of courage and determination. Thank you. Okay, I'm done. So here's it, Mark, and you can say thank you, darling.
Al, what do you say after that? This is funny. Here I've got the opportunity to make a great speech, and I study philosophers and got great men of history, like Mark Twain and all that. Just always fascinated by the way people give speeches and share whatever it is they're going to share. And I thought about it for days and days, and I just couldn't come up with nothing because I wanted to make this a very good moment. And nonetheless, all I can do is just, like, this is overwhelming. In fact, I wish I could tell everybody here what I had to go through to get here. But I'm just lost for words. I do want to address something here to all the teachers. Dash, I wanted to recognize some of Mr. Dash, who, when I first came here, would pick us, when we used to be at the Othello Apartments, and Dash used to pick us up every morning. And a lot of times, if Cliff decided to ride in the back, so we could get the car, the van even, because he was so big, I would ride in the front, and every morning I would have some concept on my mind, and I would share it with Mr. Dash, and he would listen to me. He would actually listen to me and be interested in what I had to say. Because usually some of the things that come out of my mind is pretty deep and scientific, and all I can say is I was such a scared, afraid, desperate, depressed person at the time, and to have somebody actually be interested in something that I had to say and to care about what it was I was saying and just converse with me on it made me feel so comfortable. And that was the start. And then as I got into this program, I started meeting all these wonderful, wonderful people in here. And then I met Donna, and she kicked me out of her classroom one day. I'm not kidding. I got kicked out and running my mouth, the way I shouldn't have. I'm just thinking I know everything, and she kicked me out, and it was the best thing she could have ever done, because I even had other students go, "Oh, well, I'll come help you apologize." I thought, okay, and then I thought, what the hell am I afraid of? And so I just went in there and apologized to her, and from that moment on, we had a special bond and a special connection. And sometimes, there's people there that they got to come along and help you when you're falling down. It just grab you by the hand and kind of help you along a little bit. And Donna kind of did that to me. And I don't want to make this too long, but I want to say one more thing that my people are here. My fiance and my best friend and his wife are here, and I just these people had to see what I had to go through to get here. They know it all. They know the whole thing, and I can't even begin to tell you how much it means to me that they're here right now to see me graduate from here. And I had so many more things I wanted to say, but I'm really freaked out at the moment. So I just want to say I love everybody here, and thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Okay, so now is your opportunity, everybody, to say something. And people are waving their arms. Okay.
Poor Charlie.
Zach?
Charlie, this is Zach.
Zach.
I was one of your first JAWS teachers back in September, October 2015.
Wow.
And I was also friends with you as well when
Yes.
we were both sort of students. I have to say that more than anything else, I'm utterly amazed and, beyond belief at the progress you've made since you started. I mean, the person you started out as and the person you finished as are totally, completely different, and I think you're a shining example. So, you keep on going.
Thank you very much, Zach. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Charlie, this is Joy.
Who?
Joy.
Joy. Joy, you made it.
They couldn't take me in Iowa anymore. Charlie, I gotta say, there's a couple things I'm gonna miss about you, but one of them is how you wind up your motor with your cane and start that tap, tap, tap. And then you move forward, it's like, Charlie's here. Always know when you're going down the hall.
Yeah.
And I hope, Charlie's got this one phrase he always says in my classroom when he gets to going in the Braille and everything. He's like, oh, no, my brains are smoking. Charlie, keep your brains a smoking out there. You're great to work with, and I really enjoyed you. So good luck with life.
Thank you.
Charlie,
Loose?
this is
Who?
Loose.
Hi.
Hey, I haven't had too many interactions. I had you my second term for home ec.
And when we spoke, it was, you wouldn't expect the conversations that we would have, that we actually had. You know, we got into Alfredo sauce, a bunch of different foods. What really amazed me was this last term of yours. We had a dual mobility lesson together, you know, the last one on Friday. And he did it all. He showed me how to get to from here to the lighthouse on his own, you know, and I feel in every bit confident that when you go out, you have the mobility skills to get to where you need to go. You know, you bumped it, you got bumped a little bit, you got detoured a little bit, but you didn't get discouraged on the way there. You just stopped, reorganized yourself, and kept on going, which I find admirable. And I feel that in the future, you're gonna be able to, you know, hit a roadblock and get around it somehow. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Erin?
Hi, Charlie.
Erin?
Erin. Hello.
Hey, where's Hank Hill?
So just keep in mind, I'm gonna roast you just a little, but
Oh,
it's just to crisp you up a little. So
Okay.
I do it out of love. Okay. So
Okay.
the first day I met Charlie, it was it was like my second day here, it was my second day here, second or third day as a VR counselor at DSV, and this was back in January. And I met with you and some of my other participants who were in the OTC. And Charlie, I don't remember, we were talking and then Charlie said, well, how old are you, by the way? And so, so I said, oh my goodness, so that's, and I wasn't offended, so I promise I'm not offended. I'm just picking with you a little. So then, so, you know, that set the tone. I said, oh my goodness, you know, he keeps it real. He just says, you know, what's on his mind. So then a few months later, I don't remember what it was, Charlie. You had your hip, the procedure done on your hip.
Uh-huh.
And so I got to work one morning and I started checking my voicemail. You know, you know what I'm going to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So I get to this message. I'm going to try to imitate it. I don't know if I can, but it's like, it starts off, howdy, cowgirl, yeah! and then he started talking. You know, and of course, you know, as a VR counselor, we don't get too many. So he starts talking, and it took me like 20 seconds to figure out who in the heck is that? You didn't even sound like yourself. So anyway, but it was like, howdy, cowgirl. And so then I saw him later, and I figured out who it was finally, and he said, oh yeah, Michelle was in there. She said, I heard you talking about what about, she didn't know what you were talking about. You said, I don't even remember leaving that message.
Yeah.
I guess you were on some type of.
The I don't care medicine.
So I just want to say, I just want you to know, I saved that message for a long time. Because it made my day, because it was so uninhibited, and it was just, you know, it just made my day. It was so different from the messages that I usually get. But I want to say two things about you, Charlie, and the rest of you probably can second this or agree. But number one, Charlie, you keep it real. I was just saying that you say what you want to say, and whether, you know, whether this, you know, no matter what it is, and that can sometimes be very refreshing, you know. So that's, you always keep it real. You were never fake.
Thank you.
So, and the second thing is, you know, I'm aware that you are trying, and you've been trying very hard. And so, you know, that is such an admirable trait, and I just wish you the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bruce, go ahead.
Arturo.
Oh, Arturo.
Who?
Arturo.
Okay. Oh, hey.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm hanging. Art.
Yeah.
Journey.
No, I agree with Aaron. You you got, you know, you say what's on your mind and you got, you know, that chip on your shoulder and stuff, but that's a good thing because, you know, not too many people will tell you how it is. And, it works for you, so keep at it that way, keep listening to that music, buddy, and you know, you'll get there. But, it was good to know you for the short time, you know, hopefully you'll come by and stuff and, you know, see how we're doing here and stuff, but, yeah, you just keep on keeping on, I guess, as they say, right? So, I just wanted to tell you that, you know, I was quite impressed, you know, it's apparent that you're pretty raw, you know, but, it's a good thing, okay?
Thank you.
I didn't have any classes with you, we didn't have any classes together, but we, spent a lot of time in the, student center and, a lot of conversations.
Go ahead.
In all kinds of directions, yeah. You're down to earth and you're truthful and, I love you for it. You're an awesome guy. Congratulations.
Michelle?
Well, Charlie, boy, oh boy.
Oh,
You're one
no.
cuckoo guy, I'm telling you. But you have learned so much. And I'm sorry that I try to do everything for you. He's always pushing me away and doing things, but he cooks very well at home. I just said, he's made dinner for me one time when I came home from work. It was all done, and I was afraid to taste it. I'm like, oh my God, is it cooked or not? I was afraid. I'm telling you, I was afraid in the beginning of the relationship, but it was the best. And he made me so proud of him. And he's done really well, and we're gonna get married next year.
Oh.
So we're gonna. So I love you, and I'm proud of you, okay?
Charlie, this is Julie,
Hi, Julie.
and I'm so glad that you came back to be with us, because we have a new Charlie. Congratulations,
Thank you.
all the best.
Thank you very much.
Charlie, please.
Oh, no.
I'm so freaking proud of you. It was crazy how we crossed paths. I knew you were coming, and when it wasn't you, Jim would call out your name thinking it was, and it would be me.
Right.
So we had the same little thing we would do in the hallway to make sure where we were, and we went on
Right.
sound, and we clicked at that, and I appreciate that because you taught me something about it. But on your hard days, I would catch you, and you always said, you're always the one that I run into first when I'm pissed off. And I'm like, you know what? I'm having a bad day too, so let's just talk about it. But you always was there when I was having a bad day, and the conversations and how often you had my back when other people disrespected me. I appreciate you, and I appreciate that, and I will cherish that for the rest of my life. You stepped up when I wasn't able to step up. I wasn't strong enough yet, so thank you for that.
Right on. Right on, man.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Sky Plan. We'd like to say a few things.
Who?
Sky Plan, is that Carla? Carla.
Carla.
Oh, Carla.
Charlie, is that you?
Yes, that's me.
Look, like the last time I saw you.
Huh.
Very short. In a suit.
Yeah.
Or a tie. You look great. And I hear you're doing wonderful stuff there. You're learning.
Yes.
And you've come a long way. And I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. It really does.
Yeah, we worked really hard together when I first was working with you. And I wanted to see you get to this point. And then now you're saying that you're going to work after this, the lighthouse?
Yeah.
I work there. Cool.
Yeah.
So stay in touch, Charlie, with me, okay?
Stay in touch. Stay in touch.
I will. I will. I'll keep my ears out for you.
Alright. Charlie, this is Trisha, Carla's supervisor. We've had a few conversations.
I remember you.
And I'm really, I just think it's awesome that you've completed the OCC and finishing and doing what you set out to do with Carla when you first started. You've come a long way, and I really appreciate you giving Carla the chance to keep moving you forward and getting out of your own way. So, way to go, Charlie. We're really proud of you over here in Eastern Washington.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow.
Hey, Camilla.
Hi.
Hi. No, I know we didn't have any classes together, but we always sat next to each other at lunchtime.
Oh.
And I always thought that I was always drawn to you for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because of the type of conversation we had, but it was great to know who you are as a person, how you thought. We had a lot of things we had in common, like D&D, all those stuff. So I thought it was really cool to know that somebody else out there that also used to play D&D and stuff like that. For sure, we're gonna connect on that later on.
Yes, yes.
But I'm just so proud of seeing the growth that you went through, and from all the things that everybody else said, it's just amazing how little time can just change everything. So I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Charlie and Sandra.
Hi.
Charlie and I briefly did mobility together when he was on his break from the OTC at his house. And so Charlie always had a lot of energy. And he was always like bouncing his step, and he was walking and he was bouncing, and it was like a little nice bouncing there. And he always had so much energy, so I would joke with him and I'd say, you know what, I think one of these days I'm gonna cut you loose in a field so you can run around before we start mobility. And Charlie agreed. He goes, actually, I would love to do that. That sounds good to me. But we never actually got the chance to do that. So Charlie,
Right.
my offer still stands if you ever want to cut loose in an open field. Congratulations, I'm very proud of you. You were
Thank
very
you.
determined in coming back
Thank you
and
so
getting
much.
this done.
Charlie, it's Tracy.
Who? Hey!
Hey, I want to just say congratulations. I'm gonna miss our talks in the student center.
Me
It was
too.
Absolute joy, and I'm so happy for you. And I'm gonna start crying, so I'm gonna stop talking.
Awesome. Okay, anyone else?
Charlie?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
This is Dash.
Dash. Dash.
Most of us do this job because we like to help people, and you came to us probably needing the most help of anybody we've ever worked with. And so I would first of all want to thank you for the opportunity to work with you. I'm really proud of you. Everybody's handed stuff in life, and whether you are successful or not is kind of what you do with what you're handed. And you're doing a very good job. I'm very proud of you.
Charlie, this is Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Hi. So,
Jonathan.
FYI, so I'm like one of the 3 counselors that Charlie has had in the lifespan of the DSB. And so, yeah, Charlie, most people only have 1.
That's right, you can have 3. That's true.
But, it was all just a matter of trust, where he was living in at the time and all of that, and who was covering the area. So, but I also want to say congrats to you as well to see you up there. Of course, I was in the picture of when you were coming back in again, and so it was instrumental to also to take on that vision that Julie had in regards to having you come back and and you be successful. So it's good to definitely good to see you there. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Okay, who else?
I'd like,
No, go ahead, Vicky.
I'd like to say something. I'm bursting with pride. I am so proud. Charlie came to my house, battered, deployed, his children taken away from him. He cried. We cried together. I got a homework out one day and I said, we got to do something about this. It's time to turn it around and do something. And where do we start, Charlie? Where do we start? We got to teach you how to be blind because you're blind. And looked under B in the white pages, which led me to one office and eventually to Carla, and she was godsend. I mean, that lady, she knows her stuff. And I told her the story of what Charlie had been through in just the last year and what was going on, and we need to get him some help. He didn't have any hearing aids. He, obviously he couldn't see, so he was, he was a Helen Keller out there. He could speak, and he did speak,
Oh boy, did he.
But it started out Reggie and them got together, Carly and Reggie, and they sent him, he had to do so many prereqs before he could be accepted in here. And he had nothing to do with the stick. No walking stick for him at all. And that's why he had concussions and bruises and stuff all the time from falling, but he fell right through it. But he had to learn how to type. He never even picked up the cell phone. He would punch buttons, and that was about the end of that. We had hours and hours and hours, and pretty soon he's up over 100 words a minute, and within 3 months. And within a month he had all of his letters down, and he was going for it and just increasing, his speed and accuracy. Then there was the day that it was time to bring. He couldn't start up right away the term, because we were trying to get him into the June. It was going to have to be, September? But and in that time, he started getting depressed because he was going to leave his comfort zone, and he was scared. That was the hardest thing I ever. Just dropped him off and turned him out the door. We stayed an extra day just because, it was hard. But to get in that car, it was as scary as he was. But he did it. We had our nightly calls, Then they started getting to week, and then he met Michelle. And we could hear, this is the girl. This is the one. And he was so, so happy. And things going on with you. And now he's graduating. I told him from day one, I want to be there. I'm going to be there on that graduation day because you're going to do it. Lacey would be so. Lacey is really proud of him. And this is what he's doing. It's all for his kids. Yeah. And his health. Love you.
We're not done, Charlie. Charlie, stand back up. We're not done, Charlie. This is Jim. I wish I'd brought some marshmallows because I'm going to roast him.
It's your gift. It's your gift.
Yeah, from Wenatchee. We've been friends since he was 14. Yeah, he's watched my house on weekends. He's really responsible. But he taught me a lot. A little quick thing about sensory input that I never knew. He says when you get hit in the head with a baseball bat, you don't know what happened. But when you roll down the stairs, you know what happens. It took him 4 days to figure out the bat, but he knew instantly going down the stairs. And anyways, Charlie's he's come a long ways, man. You wouldn't believe how far he's come. And it's good to see him, able to be on his own. And a small situation came up a couple of years back where he'd always call us if he got in a situation. And he found himself naked at a nude beach and needed help. Somebody come get him. And we're like, I couldn't go, so I sent a friend. And they're like, well, how am I going to find him? I said, it's not hard. Now, with your new skill set, you'll be very hard to find.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay.